Hello everyone, welcome to Success Mantra. Today we will discuss about chapter 1 of Mathematics class 10, that is real numbers. Before we get into our chapter, we will see what we have learned in our class 9. What do you mean by natural numbers? Natural numbers are denoted by the letter capital N. Natural numbers are the counting numbers from 1 to infinity. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. up to infinity. What do you mean by whole numbers? Whole numbers are denoted by the letter capital W and is a combination of natural numbers and 0. So whole numbers are the range 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. up to infinity. Integers are denoted by the letter capital Z and it includes the range from minus infinity to plus infinity. That is, it contains all the negative numbers, 0 and positive numbers. Now, what do you mean by rational numbers? Rational numbers are denoted by the letter capital Q, and rational numbers are the numbers that can be expressed in the form of P by Q. That is, the numbers that can be represented in the form of P by Q are called rational numbers, where P and Q are integers and Q will never be 0. Because we know that any number divided by 0 is infinity. So Q should never be 0, but P and Q can be negative numbers or positive numbers. For example, of rational numbers 1 by 2, 3 by 4, minus 4 by 5, etc. Irrational numbers are represented by capital letter R, and irrational numbers are the numbers that cannot be expressed in the form of P by Q, where P and Q are integers and Q can never be 0. Examples of irrational numbers are root 2, root 3, pi, 0.011100111, and never stopping numbers. So this is an introduction to our real numbers chapter. Be thorough with this portion in order to proceed to our remaining part of the chapter. So real numbers are a combination of rational numbers and irrational numbers. We know that rational numbers are those which can be expressed in the form of P by Q, and irrational numbers are those which cannot be expressed in the form of P by Q. Let's do a simple division. That is 28 divided by 3. We will get 9 as the quotient and 1 as the remainder. We can write 28 the dividend also as dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. That is 28 is equal to the divisor 3 into quotient 9 plus remainder 1. So 3 into 9 is 27 plus 1 is 28, which is equal to the dividend. Let us see one more case, that is 20 divided by 6. We will get 3 as the quotient and 2 as the remainder. Here also we apply the same rule, that is dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. So dividend 20 is equal to divisor 6 multiplied by quotient 3 plus remainder 2. So 6 into 3 is 18, 18 plus 2 is 20. So in both cases this rule, that is dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder, comes true. And we have noticed one more case, that is the remainder. In this first case, 1 is always less than the divisor 3. And in the second case also, the remainder 2 is less than the divisor 6. So this is our second rule, that is the remainder is always less than the divisor. A Greek mathematician named Euclid have observed this phenomenon and he developed the Euclid's division lemma. That is, given positive integers a and b, there exist unique integers q and r satisfying a is equal to bq plus r and 0 less than or equal to r less than b. That is, when a is divided by b and we get q as the quotient and r as the remainder, and according to the first rule, that is dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder, we can write a equal to b into q plus r. And according to the second rule, remainder is always less than the divisor, we can write r is always less than b. This is Euclid's division lemma. Now, what is the difference between lemma and algorithm? Lemma is a proven statement which is used to further prove other statements or result. Or we can say lemma is the stepping stone to prove bigger theorems or results. Whereas algorithm is a set or sequence of rules in order to find the solutions to a problem. So we can say that the Euclid's division lemma is the stepping stone to Euclid's division algorithm. Now let's see what is Euclid's division algorithm. We know that algorithms are set or sequence of rules in order to find solutions to problems. So Euclid's division algorithm contains various steps in order to find the HCF of two positive numbers and is based on Euclid's division lemma. Because Euclid's division lemma is a proven statement, or it is the stepping stone to prove Euclid's division algorithm, and is based on the fact that A is equal to BQ plus R. That is, dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. Let's see how we can find the HCF of 45 and 100 using Euclid's division algorithm. So in this case, we will take 100 as the dividend and 45 as the divisor. And we do normal division, that is 100 divided by 45. We will get 2 as the quotient and 10 as the remainder. We can write the Euclid's division lemma in this situation as 100 is equal to 45 into 2 plus 10. Since the remainder is not equal to 0, we need to do one more division. But in this division, the divisor of the previous division will become the dividend. And the remainder of the previous division will become the divisor. So in this case, 45 was the previous divisor. So now it becomes the dividend, and 10, the remainder in the previous division, will become the divisor. So we will do the division by 45 with 10. By doing that, we will get 4 as the quotient and 5 as the remainder. We can write the Euclid's division lemma as 45 is equal to 10 into 4 plus 5. Here also remainder is not equal to 0. So we need to do one more division. How we will do? The divisor of the previous division, that is the 10, will become the dividend of the next division, and the remainder 5 will become the divisor of this current division. So we will divide 10 with 5. We will get 2 as the quotient and 0 as the remainder. In this case, the Euclid's division lemma is 10 is equal to 5 into 2 plus 0. In this case, the remainder is equal to 0. Whenever the remainder is equal to 0, the divisor of that division, that is in this case 5, will become the HCF of the given two positive integers. So in this case, the HCF of 45 and 100 is equal to 5 because it is the divisor where the remainder is equal to 0. So we can conclude that the HCF of given two positive numbers is the value of the divisor when remainder is equal to 0. So let's see what are the steps involved in Euclid's division algorithm. That is, to find the HCF of C and D, step 1 is to apply Euclid's division lemma to C and D. So we find whole numbers Q and R such that C is equal to DQ plus R and 0 less than or equal to R less than D. This is nothing but dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder, and remainder should be less than divisor. Step 2 is that if remainder is equal to 0, D, that is the divisor is the HCF of C and D. And if remainder is not equal to 0, apply the division lemma to D and R. We know that D is the divisor of the previous division and R is the remainder of the previous division. Now step 3 is to continue the process till the remainder is 0, and the divisor at the stage when remainder is equal to 0 will be the HCF of the given two positive integers. Thank you for watching my video, and the next video we will work out more exercises on Euclid's division algorithm.